Hello Aquarius, thank you for joining me. This is going to be your full moon reading for June 5th. If you're new to my channel, my name is Melissa and I do zodiac tarot readings based on new moon energy and full moon energy. So we're looking at full moon, which is the peak of the cycle. This is where any intentions that you put out during the new moon are going to come to fruition, or that will be seen to be released, or anything else that needs to be released, for the next couple of weeks leading up to the next lunar cycle. So let's get in there. All right, Aquarius, full moon. Whoa. Okay, they're going everywhere. That's not good. All right, what does Aquarius need to know about this full moon energy? What does Aquarius need to know? Ooh, we got the Ace of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, and the Seven of Wands. Okay, so let me show you the pictures. Ace of Pentacles, which is awesome. Nine of Cups, also pretty good. And the Seven of Wands, kind of not the greatest card, but we'll get there. We'll get there. So the Ace of Pentacles talks about, to be very specific, a new job opportunity, a new financial opportunity, a new home. The Pentacles represent earth energy, so anything that is physical, tangible in your 3D experience, it could be representing that. The ace being the beginning. So something new having to do with your 3D reality, your physical reality. So something new coming forward for you. Then we have followed by the Nine of Cups, which is a very satisfied, happy, I just had a jumper. I already saw it. Okay. Very happy. Just very satisfied. Just happy with yourself. Being emotionally fulfilled. Cup full kind of energy. And then the Seven of Wands is kind of being like defensive. It's being ready to defend yourself. I feel like maybe it's making you uncomfortable, having new opportunities and having a good emotional state kind of makes you defensive. Like, sometimes we get around people. Okay, I'm gonna have to have a little chat here. Sometimes we are around people, or we're stuck with people, or you kind of have to, if you're in school and there's almost always somebody in the class or whatever that's just unhappy all the time. And your being happy pisses them off. So, like I'm getting get like kind of bully energy, or if you are, if you are in a relationship, or you have a parent or a sibling that just can't seem to find that happiness, you feel almost guilty because of it. And sometimes you feel like you're under attack by these people. Don't be. That's their job. It is our job to take care of our own emotional health. You can't expect or depend on anybody else to do that work for you. That is definitely an inner thing. It's nice when people make us happy. People can do things that make you feel happy, but it's very short-lived. The long-term happiness comes from making changes in yourself and identifying what you need and then making sure it gets fulfilled. Now, I'm not saying other people can't play a part in that. They absolutely can. But ultimately, you have to make the decision to allow help if you need it, seek help if you need it. Like, you can't just expect others to do the work for you. So with all that said, I feel like you're in a good place, and maybe there's other people around you that you feel like are kind of jealous or coming at you because of it, or, like, why do you don't deserve that. Why do you have that kind of mentality? And you're kind of ready to defend. So now let's talk about the jumper, the Hanged Man. Hanged Man can mean many different things. Pause is the first one that comes to mind. taking a pause, taking a time out is what I'm kind of hearing. A time out, reflect, gain new perspective. He's clearly hanged. He's, but not in a mortal kind of way, mortality kind of way. It's more of a choice. And with the kind of the halo, in a lot of the old like religious paintings of saints and stuff like that, that's kind of their halo. That's how, if you look at some of the artwork, or if you've noticed some of the artwork, that's the halo. It's basically a big yellow globe around their head. I'm going to turn them up right side so you can see what I'm talking about. That's a halo. This is, gaining a new perspective in order to reach enlightenment. That halo to me represents, enlightenment. Almost like the light bulb above the head when you have an idea, kind of like that. So I feel like there's a new perspective. So perhaps this happiness and this opportunity that has come your way is something new to you, and now you're able to gain a different perspective on how these other people are coming at you because of it. That's kind of just what I'm getting. But I do feel like it's kind of time to take a little pause and reflect on where your growth is at and how you're doing when it comes to other people kind of questioning why or how you could possibly be doing so well when there's so much atrocity around you and in the world, especially right now. And and people are just going to be like, why the hell are you so happy? Like, what the hell do you have to be happy about? I think that it's kind of a time to pause and reflect and, come up with, what do they call it in marketing? An elevator pitch. So, it's where you have a short statement that, like when you're networking in marketing, they call it an elevator pitch. When you're networking, you're like at a party and somebody asks you what you do, you need to be able to get that into like a shortened kind of phrase. I feel like you might need something like that might be beneficial to you for anytime you're feeling a little defensive about your spirituality, your faith, your viewpoint or standpoint on current events, why you're happy. Somebody comes at you and says, what the fuck are you so happy about? Do you not, that guy was a jerk to you. What the fuck are you so happy about? Have just like a little statement. And I have one. I guess I'll share it with you. I don't want to make this about me, but I've been told that I'm really good at customer service and handling difficult customers, that kind of stuff. And I've been asked how. So I have a statement, and it's really kind of in a very similar fashion. It's, I know they're not mad at me because I know I didn't do anything to them. That makes it easier for me to take a different point of view, to take myself out of the equation and just get the job done. So that's my little elevator pitch when somebody asks me, how do you handle such difficult customers all the time? And that's really just it. I know that it's not personal. I know I didn't do anything. So there's nothing for me to be defensive about because I didn't do anything wrong. So it's easier for you to take a kind of third party perspective approach to the situation. So there's it applies in a couple of different ways. Okay. Let's get some other advice. Do we have advice? That was kind of advice. Do you have any more advice for Capricorn? Aquarius. Wow. Any more advice for Aquarius? That did not feel right. All right. Any more advice for Aquarius, please? All right. Knight of Wands. Okay, some more wands, some more fire energy there. It's moving forward. It's could represent another person that may be able to jump in if needed. Possibly something we were talking about in the Capricorn video about seeking help if you need to, seeking hope more specifically. But I feel like this, could be a new perspective regarding a person. But yeah, I feel like for advice, that might be just help. If there's somebody that can jump in to help you defend yourself if that comes up, which I feel like it has been. Let's get some more succinct advice for Aquarius. Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Keep moving. That's what I'm getting as far as advice is. Keep moving, keep the ball rolling, keep going forward. You may have to pause and reflect. You may have to get some outside, I'm getting outside influence, outside opinion, a third-party perspective, like I was talking about with the Hangman. Okay. But ultimately, the goal is to keep moving. You want to keep... I get sidetracked sometimes when stuff calls out. Okay, the circles. The circles would indicate a cycle. I don't feel like this cycle is coming to an end. It's moving. Right next to this Knight, there is movement in this cycle, and it's keep it going. Keep the momentum. Thank you. Keep the momentum going. But it's okay to pause and reflect. Okay, wait, another one. The Fool. The Fool came out for Sagittarius, maybe. So if you want to check that one out, the Fool. The Fool is a beginning. The Fool is a new journey. We have beginnings here, beginnings here. Wheel of Fortune. I know I said this is keeping the momentum, but the Wheel of Fortune also represents fortune, obviously. It can go in either direction. I feel like this is in a positive direction for you with all of the other cards. So it's to keep moving, keep this journey going, keep this new energy flowing. But yeah, it's time for a new journey for you. Possibly one where you don't have to defend yourself. But I feel like as it stands now, you've felt that you have had to defend, when you're doing well, you've had to defend that. Or at least felt like you should be, and just kind of retreated. Okay. But I feel like there is a new journey on the horizon for you, and keep the momentum going. Keep the wheels spinning. Get help if you need to. There may be some outside advice that can help. But yeah, ultimately, I feel like you're doing really well. The full moon energy is kind of trying to show you that you are doing well and that it's okay to be doing well despite what others may have to say about it. But you're on a new journey, and this journey is good for you. But yeah, make sure you're pausing when you need to, and but keeping the momentum forward. Don't let a pause derail the whole situation, derail your whole journey. A pause should just be temporary, and then forward movement after that. So that's what I have for you for this full moon reading. I hope to see you in the next video. As always, thank you for showing up, and have a blessed day.